I'm going to Pennsylvania for shotgun this year.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back for the weekend, like our weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd like to get behind the house and try to go after that big boy back there.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that tonight.
Do you see pictures of him?
It's in the group chat.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast time. All right, guys.
$20.
One day,
same tree.
Same tree.
Oh my God, I'm so
Woo!
Holy shit! Get a shot of these.
2 farms this year. Number 1 is done.
Did you say bye, Kevin?
I did. I already did. Bye, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin. Bye, Kevin.
Smoked it, buddy.
Look at that. You destroyed it.
Joey takes the shop is closing up.
Make sure he takes all his right antlers. You can't leave it. All right, guys. Welcome to the Deer Shot Podcast, presented by Siman Brothers Outdoors and the Leaky John Boat Company. Episode 10, another shop talk, and we have a new guest with us today, someone that we've been trying to get on this podcast since the beginning. It's not Nick Schlau. He has still not been here.
He's a bum.
He's a bum. I'm actually not going to say. Actually, when I heckle him, he does better with hunting, so he's a bum, has been. No, we got Chris Gore here finally on the podcast. He's one of the main guys here at Siman Brothers Outdoors, but up until recently, he was a busy man, and you finally got done with a major part of your life, and now we are able to screw around and have fun and do podcasts and hunt and just enjoy life again, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a 10-year journey pretty much.
Yeah. So for those, I mean, a lot of people do know, but obviously a lot also do not know. Chris finally got his paramedic certification last week.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been a journey. There's been a lot of things that have happened along the way, and yeah, after all that time, paramedic Chris Gore. A little round of applause there.
Thank you.
That's a weight off your chest, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I tell everyone I might not look 20 pounds lighter, but I feel it. So.
Probably about 100 pounds lighter when it comes to that. But.
Yeah. No, we're excited. Like you said, a lot of time opens up now, and we can actually get out in the woods and.
Perfect time for it too.
Oh, absolutely.
It is September 21st, and deer season starts next weekend. Not this upcoming weekend, so it's Thursday. We record on Thursdays, but next weekend it is deer season here in Ohio.
And I am pumped.
Oh, I'm beyond pumped. I spent you'll only be able to see it in the video version, and it actually doesn't look too bad. But I hung a bunch of stands today at one of my outside farms, my buddy Chad's farm. We did a lot of work today, and it felt good to just be up in a tree, screwing in a bow hanger. I got destroyed by mosquitoes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Bad.
Yeah.
Real bad mosquitoes. This is the worst year I've ever had for mosquitoes in all the farms, but I was tortured today with mosquitoes all day.
They seem to be coming in later this year, too.
Yeah.
A lot of dryness this summer, and then we got some rain, and then bam. They're here.
This first couple weeks of season is going to be a little bit rough.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing a shop talk today. We don't really have anything in particular we're going to go over. We're going to talk with Chris a lot about his new deer camp, which is kind of exciting. It's going to be a big part of our show this fall and upcoming seasons. And we'll talk a little bit about his older deer camp, West Virginia, the Gore camp, which if you watch our videos, you've seen it a ton. I mean, we make a ton of content down there, but we haven't really talked about too much on the podcast, and we're not going to dive into it deep because there's a couple guys that are missing today that we would really love to have on here to talk about the Gore camp, and they're not able to make it, so we'll do a dedicated deer camp podcast eventually. But today we're just going to kind of shoot the shit, talk about the upcoming season, life, keep it short, but got to keep these podcasts rolling. We had a real cool one last week with the deer
I liked
facts.
it a lot.
Yeah, it was a good one. The deer facts actually helped. We actually charted again last week. So the deer facts episode for the Apple Podcast Wilderness Charts made it. This is the second time we've charted since we've started this whole adventure. We charted the first week with the intro, and somehow we did not chart with Isaac's 6 weeks in Montana, which is our most viewed podcast. But
maybe it's just likes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they. That's one of them things. Like, I don't know how they delineate who gets what, but obviously it has to do with downloads and views and streams and all that. But we did chart last week with the deer facts, which is cool. So
Nice.
I don't expect to chart this week within our shop talk, but it's still fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, Ethan, what's new? You went to Kentucky.
Went to Kentucky. Was close twice.
Again.
Again.
But even closer than the first time.
Oh, way closer the first time. I was setting up. It was like 6:15 in the morning. I'm setting up, and I'm climbing the tree in my saddle, and I'm sitting there, and I see two figures move across the field. I'm like, shit. Oh, no.
Already like halfway
And
up the
they're
tree?
like, oh, yeah. And then they stop. They look at me. They don't know what I am. They kind of go back to the north. I'm like, okay, I can set back up the rest of my way. Get in the tree, and then I see two deer walking down the field edge. I'm like, oh, it's game time.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming in. Hit a licking branch, come in the middle of the field. There's
Hard-horned already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hard-horned. And there's a tractor path in the middle of the field, which I ranged out to 45 yards.
Okay.
And the bigger of the two bucks, it wasn't too incredibly big, but it'd be a cool out-of-state buck. Was coming,
110, 120 class?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Was coming
not
right up.
Not passing.
No, not passing at all. For a 5-hour drive, no.
No.
Coming right up the tractor path. He got to 65 yards. I'm ranging him, get him on video, and I move the camera around the tree, get it set up on him, grab my bow, stand up, and I look back at the camera, and he's gone. He ran about 100 yards north.
Saw you?
I was looking at the video. He didn't see me. He just went the other way with the other buck, because there's two other bucks earlier in the morning that went in that corner.
Yeah.
And they just followed suit. So that day I moved my stand, moved my setup.
Saddle setup, right? Like you have a little like
just mobile setup, sticks and saddle platform. I moved my stand 100 yards north to the corner where I saw them the first time and where they went in that morning, hunting there all night. 7:30 rolls around, where I set up in the morning. 2 bucks walk out.
Really?
Yep. Man. Get it on video through the woods, and that was it. But I did make contact again with the homeowner, made some good connections, and hopefully opening weekend next year we can go back down. Bigger group of us.
So are you done now with Kentucky, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I'll have time.
Do you think if there is time you'd hit some public land during the rut? I mean, you have the tag now, so
there's always obviously a chance, but it all depends on how Ohio plays out, and then we are going to Indiana and Pennsylvania.
So yeah, we're gonna be busy here pretty quick.
That was my 3rd out-of-state trip in the past 3 weeks. Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Kentucky again.
Yeah, I haven't been to PA yet, and I need to get up there.
Busy.
Yeah, all of us have been. Speaking of the busy man,
Yeah.
Chris Gore, everyone.
Hello.
First podcast ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, nervous?
A little bit.
Why?
I don't know.
We're sitting in the shop.
I
mean, how
Popping
many
his
nights have
cherry.
we had in this shop?
Well, I get that. I
With
mean,
a video
if
camera
you had
on.
a hidden
With a video camera
well,
on.
that's true.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just on the spot this
I
time.
mean, most people aren't even going to be able to see your face.
That's good. Yeah.
So, medic school's done.
Yes.
You're on shift now, your fire job.
Yes.
Or you start next week on shift. So
Tuesday.
You're working the ABC schedule.
Mm-hmm.
1 on, 2 off.
Mm-hmm.
Life's good.
Yeah.
Life's good. And
Yeah.
you guys, so the Gore family, me and you met working private EMS 2011, right?
Mm-hmm.
2011, private EMS, instant connection, you, me, and Matt, Jimmy, Isaac. I mean, it's, we've been that way ever since. But we started going to your deer camp in West Virginia, and that was a whole big fun thing. And our families got along great, and you've just been one of our SBO guys ever since then, basically. But without talking about West Virginia, we're going to talk about Southern Ohio. I guess we'll refer to it as Southern Ohio. We don't want to give away too much information like county and town and all that stuff. So
Okay. Well, good thing you told me.
Yes, so we'll call it Southern Ohio on the river. How
Okay.
about that?
Yeah, that'll work.
We'll call it Southern Ohio on the river, and you guys purchased that property. So you have, just so the listeners, we'll just restart this whole thing real quick. They have the Gore Camp, Deer Camp in West Virginia. 4 hours away, hill country. They've owned it for 33 years now, so since 1990. Lots of media on that. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about their new deer camp that they purchased in 2021.
Yeah, this is what our second year hunting there?
This will be the 3rd year hunting
Third?
it. This
Really?
will be the 3rd deer season.
Oh,
I
yeah,
believe.
you're right.
It'll
Yeah,
be the
this will
3rd
be
deer
third
season.
season.
So they purchased a new farm in Southern Ohio. We'll call it on the river in 2021, and we spent a lot of time down there the first year, like setting up and not really hunting. And then the second year you guys did a lot of hunting, and we helped set up a lot of stuff.
Correct.
We were there, trail cameras, food plots. I mean, lots of stuff last year. Me and you had one of the great hunts of the year.
Yeah.
That was probably that was my favorite trip of the year, I think, overall. Like when it comes to a day trip or a long hunt, and we did an all-day sit during the rut, at your farm.
Yeah.
He had an encounter with the exact buck we wanted to have an encounter with. He came to maybe 70, 80 yards.
Yep.
Video is beautiful. Did not get a shot at him that night. Didn't get an attempt. Chris had an attempt at that deer the year before. We'll get into that a little bit later. But so there was a specific buck we were kind of hunting down there. Had a great encounter last year. This year rolled around. Chris was heavy in school. We were not down there very often. We did some shed hunting once, right?
Yeah,
we went on an all-day shed hunt.
Yep.
Found a couple old bones.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we actually do find a couple sheds down there, but this year was kind of rough on the shed front.
Yeah.
We only found a couple old bones. You and Matt took a trip doing some food plot stuff. Your dad and his friend Steve have obviously been down there a good amount and have got the food plots going.
Yeah, they pretty much go down there about every weekend.
Yeah, so they've been down there doing a lot of work
Yep.
in year 3, and a cabin went up. So that's the exciting part. There is a cabin. There is a structure. The cabin's done, right, as far as the builder's part.
Yeah, so the cabin was finished like a couple weeks ago, the frame and everything like that, and we were going to go in and do our own electric and put up our own drywall and everything like that. Well, we decided against that.
Yeah,
Actually,
listen, me and my dad have been renovating my basement since January. Okay?
Yeah.
Like we're almost done, but
Yeah.
it's a long process.
I think once the building went up and we saw the amount of work that was going to go into it, and we kind of want to.
And we're not carpenters.
Right.
My dad is, but we're not carpenters and electricians.
I don't know how to do anything. You can go tell me to go get a board or a tool, and I can do that. But
right.
other than that,
We're not skilled tradesmen.
No,
yeah, I mean, I learned a lot doing my basement with my dad, but it was only 650 square feet. Like your guys' cabin's a little bit bigger. How big is it technically?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I know it's 2 bedrooms downstairs, a whole
loft upstairs.
That goes.
I mean, it's probably 800 to 1,000.
I would
somewhere
say,
around there. I mean,
yeah.
it's a large.
Yeah,
it's a large cabin.
Yeah,
it's bigger than the West Virginia cabin, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. We're gonna have. Good Lord, we're gonna have a lot of fun down there in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
yeah, that's nice. It's only 2 hours and 15 minutes from where we're at now. So it's really not that far of a drive. It's a perfect right in the middle for West Virginia.
Yep.
Which I think we're going to use that to our advantage in the future. You know what I mean? Like I think we'll do some trips where we go, for example, turkey hunting. We go down and hunt your place for a couple days, go to West Virginia, hunt for a couple days, and come back up, hit your place again.
Or just stay at the Ohio place.
Listen, I want to kill.
There's definitely more turkeys.
There is, but you can only kill one.
Yeah, well.
If we put some time into so we didn't put any time into turkey hunt this year, and we should have. The last 2 years, the turkey hunting trail camera media has been off the charts, off the charts. And just with time in life, we haven't been able to get down there. But obviously, actually next year, maybe not, by the way.
Right. It's not going to get any better.
We haven't released news on the podcast yet, but next year in April might be a little bit tough to get down there turkey hunting.
This is the year to really.
Actually, you know what? I mean, I'll be able to get down there April and May next year and do some hunting. That's not going to be a problem, especially day trips.
Was it last year that you, me, and Matt went?
Yeah, me, you, and Matt went last year and had a pretty rough day.
Yeah, well, we had those.
We had a bunch of jakes. We had a ton
of
jakes come in.
Yeah.
But we've had a camera. There's this one specific tree we've thrown a camera on 2 years down. 3 years now, but 2 years ago we had a video browning on the same tree down at your guys' Gore farm, we call it. And man, it's been just unbelievable the amount of gobblers.
The one on the backside.
Yeah, the one that's up in the dog bone in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. Some of the best trail camera videos we've ever had of gobblers is from that location.
Yeah, we got the one with Dad walking out, and then about
an
hour later, there's a gobbler walking in the same spot.
But yeah, we didn't get to do very much turkey hunting this year, unfortunately, just with you in school and life was busy. But we're going to get to it next year down there.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, the cabin's pretty much done as far as the structure and all that. I mean, we can obviously go in there and sleep now.
The electric's put up already now.
So the electric's in there?
Yeah, the electric's in there.
Who's doing all the drywall and stuff?
Actually, so they went to Lowe's. They were buying some light fixtures and everything like that, and they were just kind of talking to the lady in line, and they're like, do you know anybody local who does, electrical work and drywall? And the guy behind her was like, oh, I do. So they got to talking, and the electrician that they hired, his buddy's the drywall guy, and they were excited to do the job. They came that day and looked at the cabin.
Yeah.
And then they started, I think it was 2 weeks ago, the electrician was in there, and then this past week they've been doing drywall. So they sent pictures to my mom's phone. And
so we're going to have to paint, obviously?
Yeah, we'll have to probably paint.
We're not going
to hire a painter. We can probably handle
we
that.
can do the painting.
We can
definitely do some painting down there.
So
we can go down there and we could go down there, hunt during the day, maybe lunch break, do some work, and then in the evening work on the cabin, and then hunt in the morning. Take
Absolutely.
a trip like that. But
Yep.
am I allowed to put up my nudie posters upstairs?
Oh yeah, that's our
All right.
that's our room.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna move all the stuff from West Virginia to we'll do like a man loft up there.
Yeah.
Because we got to paint West Virginia. We got to paint our bedroom in the West Virginia.
Yeah, we got to do that.
We'll
too.
make that one more professional. Put up some old school art and stuff down there as well.
Old school art, huh?
Yeah, like old school wildlife art.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
All right.
Nudie posters can go to Southern Ohio.
Yeah.
More of a party cabin.
Okay.
Well,
I
both party
think the other
cabins,
one's more of probably.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all right though.
I mean, your mom's gonna be at the Southern Ohio one a lot.
Yeah. And
What
so
do they
is-
do with the plumbing?
Probably so is Madison too. So maybe we
Yeah.
should probably keep the posters in
maybe.
West Virginia
Yeah, you're right.
because the
Voice of reason.
ladies don't go down to that one.
What's the plumbing situation in Southern Ohio?
We're gonna have running water at some point.
Okay, is there gonna be a
So-
bathroom?
Yeah, there's a bathroom. Yep,
Wow.
full bath. So, because this is one that my mom is gonna stay at.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have working everything.
We gotta put a shed down there, don't we?
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a shed. So.
Maybe that's something we get my dad involved with next
Because
summer.
we have we just acquired a side by side.
Yeah, I'll say you got
So,
all the
and
implements for food
2
plotting.
4-wheelers on top of that as well.
You're supposed to
We'll
bring one
probably-
here.
Well, it's in the works. I can't put it on my car.
That's true. I
You
can't
know?
put it on my truck.
Yeah, we're not getting on your truck.
because my
so.
truck died today. God, what a day.
DE
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. So probably take the old Big Bear down there and leave it there and
Okay.
a lawnmower stuff like
Is your
that.
dad getting rid of his quad?
The new one?
Yeah.
No.
So he's gonna have both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep one at the house. One. What? So you gonna just trailer the side by side or what?
Probably. Yeah,
Okay.
we're not going to keep it down there.
Okay.
It's actually at Grandpa's house right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
And then we have a bunch of mounts that we have from Gramps that we're going to
Yeah.
take down there.
So that was one of the things I was gonna bring up in the West Virginia podcast, but we can talk about it now. So all your grandpa's taxidermy and all that's gonna go down to Washington.
yeah, most of it. Some of
cool.
it went to my Uncle Darren.
Okay. Yeah.
He
And that's
put-
fair.
Yeah, he put them up in his barn. And then I think we have about 6 mounts
Cool.
that we're going to spread
We can do
between
a-
West Virginia and Southern Ohio.
Yeah, so I wanted to do I need to get your dad's. I know your dad's got him lined up in his basement, but we need to get your dad's big West Virginia buck
Mm-hmm.
on a skull mount and take that down to West Virginia.
Yeah.
The 9-point,
Yeah.
like one of those.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
maybe some of his bigger ones. Well, I'll make a display. Because I was going to ask about what all your grandpa's taxidermy went, but that'd be perfect. Because I was going to do. Eventually, we're going to do like a crib style, SBO Live episode or something where we
Right.
do my basement trophy room here at the shop. Obviously, inside the house here rides. The boys got all their taxidermy.
Mm-hmm.
We could do your cabin in West Virginia, your cabin in Southern Ohio, all our spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
a little
that'd be
cool
cool.
episode. That's always kind of been a plan, but
Yeah. So I ended up with his bear mount, though.
Okay.
I wanted that.
where are you putting it?
I don't know yet.
Jeff's living room?
Yeah, right above the fireplace.
I mean, that would look pretty cool down
It
there
would
too.
be, yeah. I don't mind taking it down there. I just wanted to have it.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah.
I would say, not that since we've been coming around, which is approaching 10 years of West Virginia, we've never had any problems with the cabin down there. But I
No.
would say Washington's probably. I would say Southern Ohio on the river is possibly a safer place to put mounts like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, not that anything would ever get stolen in West Virginia, but there has been some break-ins at that cabin. Nothing of value taken, really, but
Well, no, nothing of value. The problem is once we started bringing more stuff in, that's when, we got broken into.
yeah.
When they can look through the windows and they're like, oh, there's a TV on the wall. Oh, there's toilet paper. And,
Yeah. But I
Light
mean, it's been
bulbs.
pretty.
Things of value.
I mean,
Yeah,
at least
they
the neighbors
steal
have all
the
let
weirdest stuff.
everyone knows that there's trail cameras all around.
Yeah.
We've been pretty lucky with all things considered for West Virginia. We've been pretty lucky with break-ins and trespassing and all. Never had a camera stolen.
Yeah.
Well, no,
it's-
that's not true. One camera.
Well, the
stolen.
bear took one, and then we did have a card taken, which
card taken up top.
we got that
They did
back.
not steal a camera, but a camera was stolen from the lick
Yeah.
one time.
Yep.
Actually, I need to think about that. Was the camera stolen from the lick, or did
Or
the
was
bear
it the
take
bear?
it and then we found it?
Didn't you guys find it in a creek?
We did.
We
one,
did
but I think
we
I knew
found
that one was
one.
taken by a bear because the mount was bent.
Yeah.
I think one
We
got
have had
stolen
one
off the
taken.
tree,
Yes.
and that's when
And I think that was recent because we talked to Jake about that.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. It was down in the. All I know is it was down in the bottom, and there was a kid. That's a funny story. The camera we keep talking about that a bear took. Literally, a bear took our camera.
It was in his mouth.
A bear came up to the camera, which was on a mineral lick for deer, ripped it off the tree, put it in its mouth, and took it 100 yards up a creek.
Yeah.
We found it a year later. Well,
We
that fall.
We found
while
it when
tracking
we were
a buck.
Matt's buck.
Matt shot a buck on video. Whack. That was actually one of our better episodes. That
Yep.
was a good time.
Yeah.
Shot a buck. It ran up around hill. You know, we went and tracked it a couple hours later.
Isaac found that.
Yeah,
camera.
while tracking, we go through this ravine on this creek drainage, and Isaac looks down, and like, there's our trail camera that we've been missing for 6 months, just laying in the creek. And the last picture was a bear ear, like up on the lens. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
yeah,
That's
that
for
was
sure.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
that was
I had
one of my 3 favorite nights. It's in their newest film that's going to be released. I think I'm going to release that film Sunday.
Nice.
The Thank You Grandpa film,
Yeah.
West Virginia. I'm pretty sure I'm going to release that Sunday night. So I'll have that come out Sunday night, this podcast Monday.
The one that you showed me at the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
That film's going to come out Sunday night. And then I'll do the last episode of SBO Live, the final Sunday the Sunday of season.
Nice.
Yeah.
When's the trailer dropping for DTC?
Friday night when we're here.
For what?
So next Friday when we do our podcast here and we have our preseason deer party, the last day before deer season, I'm going to drop the trailer for the Deer Camp Chronicles on YouTube that day and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere. So next Friday will be the trailer for that. This Sunday night will be.
Yeah, so stay
Thank you,
tuned
Grandpa
for the
Film.
trailer of Deer Camp
Yeah,
Chronicles.
so anyone watching or listening wants to check out our YouTube channel, let me pull up my calendar so I don't mess up these dates.
When's the preseason party?
So
The Friday before season.
Oh, okay.
Sunday,
You're coming, right?
I hope so.
Sunday, September 24th, Thank You Grandpa Film, which was from the Mobile Hunters Expo Latitude Film Fest this summer. I'll be releasing that Sunday night. Obviously, this podcast will come out Monday, the 25th of September, in the video version in the evening. And then September 29th in the evening, when we record our podcast next week, our preseason deer podcast for our preseason party, we're gonna be watching Escanaba in the moonlight, and like it's gonna be a nice night. I'll release the trailer for Deer Camp Chronicles. Our new show will be 29th in the evening, and then October 1st, Sunday afternoon, will be the 8th episode of SBO Live for this year, which is our summer episode of SBO Live, and then the podcast from Friday night will release on Monday the 2nd. And then after that, deer season's in, and it's going to be the Wild West on our channel. We'll be releasing episodes whenever we can, whenever we get enough content, whenever someone kills something, whenever I get something edited. We'll get all that stuff up on the channel after Monday, October 2nd. It could be any time. It'll always be in the evening, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Friday's the worst day to technically release a film, but
It could be from anywhere either, too.
yeah. So we're
Could
going to
be
be all
from-
over. But I mean, it probably won't be on Friday nights that I'll release anything, but it'll be Monday through Thursday, and Saturday, Sunday in the evening, any episode of Deer Camp Chronicles. And we'll obviously advertise that on all stuff beforehand. But you know, the goal is to make 12 to 15 episodes of that show this fall, and then I'll intermingle some SBO Lives. There will be SBO Lives episodes airing in there as well. But the Deer Camp Chronicles is going to be the main show that we're going to tote for the rest of the fall. It's gonna be a good time. I got enough stuff to start working on episode 1.
Yeah.
Next week I will work on your episode, preseason, or it'll be like a introduction to our group and what we've done deer camp wise in the past. Ethan's Kentucky hunting, and then a little bit of like what we've done to get ready for Ohio, and that'll release sometime. That first week of the season probably.
I need to get my hands on a cheap camera set up, so when I'm off doing my thing.
I've been talking about. I have an extra GoPro. So do you have a GoPro?
No.
I have an extra GoPro, so for the very minimum, we'll be able to get some GoPro footage of everything.
And I want to pick one up. We talked about it before, obviously.
Yeah. There's a couple, so you've been in all the videos for the last 10 years, but you haven't been in 12 years, but you're not a filmer, so you're not a camera guy.
Right.
We have 5 camera guys. Me, my 3 brothers, so the 4 of us plus Matt are the camera guys. Mm-hmm. And then we have the additional 4 or 5 guys that don't run camera that we have to coordinate filming throughout the season. You're one of those guys.
I'm a B-roll camera guy.
Yeah.
I will pick up the GoPro around the camp, and when we're running, up the backside of the hill.
Isaac tells us we got to
side-by-side.
stop using
The GoPros.
and start using real cameras around camp. But he'll be around for most of that, so we'll be able to get that.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's crazy how much of a difference it makes having Isaac's DSLR mirrorless cameras and these camcorders that we're actually filming the episodes on.
Yeah.
Record
we should
the main
just
footage, but
set them up out there and on these tripods and just
We'll-
let them
we'll
roll.
make it work.
And
Yeah, it's
do
going to
our-
work. It's going to
do
work out
our
really
thing.
well this fall.
yeah, we're gonna the quality for the Deer Camp Chronicles is gonna be a little better than. And not that our quality was bad. I do think our quality was pretty good, but a lot of our stuff in between the actual hunts, which was recorded with these, our camcorders, was GoPro. I mean, outside of the hunting, GoPro is 99% of it, which is simple, easy, fast. We have cages on with good mics, but there can be more stuff done. So
I'll tell you what, a good way for Ethan to get in is just come down and be the cameraman.
I'll gladly
behind
come down
behind
and
the
just
scenes,
film
just
everything.
filming
I won't
everything.
even buy a tag or a license.
so
We got to warm up to that.
so like when it comes to the Gore Camp and West Virginia, it's not an open invite. So all of our deer camps are mostly open invite except for that one. That's an exclusive invite. And out of our group, there's only 4 of us that are allowed to go down. But there's a lot of people been knocking on the door wanting to go down. But we'll have to make our decision. I mean, I don't even get to make. I'm a non-voting member, so we'll have to make a decision.
Out of the group, who's the 4?
Me, you. Well, it's me,
Well,
me, Isaac, and Matt.
I'm obviously going.
Yeah, me, Isaac, and Matt.
I didn't get voted in.
Yeah.
I got
me,
born
Isaac,
in.
me, Isaac, and Matt are the outsiders that
Yes.
are part of the camp that have been voted in.
Yes.
And we don't really have we have like
more of a parliament.
somewhat of voting rights, but we don't get to invite anybody. So like that part is out. Like we have other specific things we take care of for the camp, but inviting people is not one of them.
Yeah, it's almost like a trial, You just don't come down and start hunting. I mean,
There's been some summertime people that come down and never come back.
Yeah,
or
that's-
we have guys that are allowed to come down in the summer, but
Yep.
they're not allowed to come back and hunt.
Right.
So eventually we will get. I mean, we're gonna have to end up getting some more people. I'm happy that Steve's been coming down because he was a
absolutely.
guy who came down back in the day prior to my time, and then he gapped for a minute there.
Yeah.
Then he started coming back down because I think he likes hanging out.
Yeah, he's going down with my dad Saturday morning. They're going to shoot down to West Virginia property, and then
What are they doing down? Just mowing and
yeah,
making
so
sure everything's okay.
Kevin's going to meet him down there.
I need to build my shelf.
He's going to knock down some trees, and he
What
wants
tree?
to mow the side of that mountain again. And
What trees is he knocking down?
Who knows?
I'm still. Eventually, hopefully, you two will be able to help us pay for a addition on that cabin.
Yeah, and a hot tub.
A sauna.
That'd be great.
So I watched. I've told people this. It's funny. I mean, there's going to be someone listening to this or watching on YouTube is going to be like, "That's one of our camps." I watch these deer camps. Like when fall comes around, I'll like watch deer camp videos before going to bed on YouTube. Just random ones. There's a couple ones I watch. A lot of them from like Michigan. Michigan's got a lot of deer camps.
Yeah.
Everyone up there, not everyone, but a lot of these deer camps I watch up there, like. They have no door outhouses where they're like shitting in the woods and stuff, like in these pipes and barrels or whatever. Like these dilapidated cabins or like tents or like old buses that they've turned into cabins. Like it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
But they have saunas.
Just
They
a
have
big
like
old-
these really nice saunas that they've built and take up
Right.
there, like either in the bus or on the grounds, like these super nice saunas. And they go in there after freezing their nuts off hunting, I guess. And they exfoliate and sweat and get all cleaned up and dump hot water on their heads and like basically use it as like a shower.
Yeah.
And like
It's a sweat lodge.
that would actually be awesome.
Well, I don't know if I want to, climb a mountain, sweat my ass off like I usually do anyways, and then come back and then get in a hot sauna.
Yeah, but they have like
Because
heat-
we don't have
but they have hot water there and they like and drain, so they like bathe.
we don't have hot water.
You could. It's just they're all electric.
I get that, but
I mean, or
Yeah.
they start a fire. Like we could get hot water.
yeah, we can make it. Yeah, for sure.
Matt did make us a. We have running water.
We do have some
Running creek water.
You have gravity water.
Yeah, creek
Yeah,
water
Gravity creek water.
with a camper pump.
Yeah, West Virginia doesn't have a water supply. There's a creek,
Yeah.
and it's filtered, like naturally filtered by the time it gets down to us.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go down and like
drink it
drink it or anything
for
but
weeks, but
you want to, spritz your face or something like that, or
do
take
some
a-
dishes.
Yeah, do some dishes.
Boil
after
it
you
first.
Boil it up.
Yeah.
You can do your thing, but after you're there for a week, I don't know if I want to be
The guys
hanging
at
out in a
work,
sauna.
guys at work are like, don't you wash your ass? I'm like, kinda.
Dude wipes.
Yeah, dude
I mean,
wipes,
like,
I mean.
they're like, you're telling me. So they're like, hold on.
Time out.
They're like, you're telling me that mechanic text me. By the way. You're telling me that your guys are down there for 6-7 days and no one showers? I'm like, yeah. Like, don't you guys stink? I'm like, maybe, but no, you don't smell each other. Like I don't even smell anyone when I'm
No,
down
I've
there.
never noticed. You sleep above me.
We-
Caleb and I have bunk beds.
Yeah, we have bunk beds in the first floor room.
for
More room for activities.
Yeah, for more
Eventually,
room for
I know,
activities.
and I love the room, and I don't want to give it up.
No,
like your
I
dad's
know.
gonna have to
I know.
eventually give it up.
Yeah.
Climbing up and down them stairs is rough on the old man.
Yeah, and it's obviously been brought up, multiple times.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy our room.
I love it too.
We have some good conversation before we go to bed and everything like that. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's
So-
an awesome time.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's probably because we all just smell and it's like, oh, that's natural down here.
The air down there smells good. Like, you know how when you go on vacation or somewhere, like the air smells different? The West Virginia air smells pretty good because there's your grandpa planted pines. There's
Yeah.
30-year-old pine trees
Yep.
all around.
And there's nothing down there. No cities, no nothing.
Nothing.
Just
No,
Nothing.
not around us.
Nothing.
clean nature.
It is
Stars.
truly devoid of life out there. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the locals and there's people in houses and all that, but I mean, for people up here in Northeast Ohio to be transplanted down to there, they'd be like, it'd be amazing to them.
Yeah,
there's
nearest-
no crops.
Nearest Walmart is what, about an hour away?
Hour away from your nearest town.
Yep.
Like true town, an
Yeah.
hour. Gas station, 35, 40 minutes. Closest gas station.
Yeah, about 40.
No crops.
No.
You drive for hours and you won't see a single corn or soybean field. A lot of cows, a lot of like coon dogs and bird dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of dogs.
A lot of dogs, a lot of deer. There's as many deer down there as there's up here, and that's saying something because there's a lot of deer up here.
Yeah.
But last year when I was hunting, every hunt I saw at least 20 deer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no shortage of deer. A lot of bears. We see a bear every couple of years, but trail cameras show that there's a lot of bears.
Yeah, we see a lot of bears on trail cam.
Bobcats, coyotes,
Yeah.
red fox, gray fox,
Turkeys that we can't kill.
turkeys that we cannot kill.
So much for not talking about West
Yeah,
Virginia.
here we are talking. I knew you were going to say that.
Well, I know, but it's a little different when my dad's here talking about it, and we'll
Yeah, because we'll go into the
we'll
history.
dive more into
history of the cabin
yeah,
and just
history,
stuff
and
like that,
Gramps and everything like that. But
But yeah,
it's hard not to talk about
Well,
it.
I mean,
you get
I
going.
love listening to it.
Yeah,
I want to go one day.
You get going about it.
5
and
of our
it's
top
exciting.
7 or 8 videos, like 4 of our top 6 videos, all West Virginia.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
and sometimes we don't even kill. I mean, it is
Yeah.
just us hanging out at the cabin, and
We've been on a pretty good kill streak.
well, yeah, we
You know what
have
I mean?
been
Like
lately, for
the
sure.
last 3 or 4 years, we've killed some bucks every time we've gone down.
Yeah,
there.
before the movie, like the West Virginia movie came out, I think one of our top videos was literally. I don't think we killed anything that year.
The first year, one of my top for the longest time, our top video was deer camp. The first year I went like 16 or 15, 2015, 16, didn't kill nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't even barely hunt.
Right.
But it was like a top video on our channel for a little while. Then it got blown away by these newer ones. But there was no kills in the 21 video deer camp, but you did kill a buck.
Yes, I did kill a buck. We
It's
never
not down here.
No,
Maybe it's here.
it was. Yeah, it's on
It's
the
over
wall
there.
back
Yeah,
there.
it's behind
Yeah,
it.
it's on the wall,
on the
West
wall.
Virginia wall.
So you did kill that buck just not on film.
Yeah, nothing was on film. We didn't even get any pictures of
Yeah,
it.
because there's like one picture you holding it by the outhouse. Like you killed that buck on a drive.
Well, I think you were mad that I actually killed a buck and you didn't get one. So you're
No,
like,
I was
I'm not
up-
putting you on camera.
No. I was up top.
So
You
no one
killed
thinks I
I
You
don't
killed
think Caleb
No, you
has
killed-
ever said that.
Yeah, you killed a buck on a push or something.
No.
You came down the face.
He did come down the face, but there was no push going on. I went out with Derek's father-in-law, and I sent him up past the witch's cabin.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm going to sit in this spot where I've killed bucks before, because I know they eventually
he probably
come
bumped
through.
it and went.
He could have.
Yeah.
When he went back there, he probably bumped it back up there, and it came down that face, and it was over.
But by the time I got down from my all-day sit, because I sit all day up there. When I
Yep.
go up, I stay. Mm-hmm. I came down in the evening. You and Isaac already had it butchered.
Oh, yeah.
It was already in the cooler.
Me, Matt, and Isaac. Yeah, we
completely
took care of it.
butchered, done.
Oh, yeah.
So most of the other guys don't do all day sits because they're kind of within walking distance of getting kind of back to the cabin. I go up to like no man's land.
I am not in walking distance, and I usually go down for lunch.
Yeah,
and-
you're the farthest besides me.
Yeah.
So you go second farthest, I go the farthest, and I don't come back down.
Right.
I pack some food, and I just sit in that stand dark dark to dark.
Mm-hmm.
That's just,
my
because it's not worth it for me to take the 2 hour. It's not a 2 hour walk, but it takes an hour to walk to our spots.
Oh yeah, I mean,
for anyone that have seen the videos, it's funny because the videos don't do it justice.
No,
it is steep.
No,
like you wouldn't imagine.
Right,
it's steeper than anything I've hunted out west. I know there's steeper stuff out west, but like what the stuff I've hunted out west is bigger, obviously, like more encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
But like just the 0 to 60 of West Virginia is nuts.
Yeah.
And your heart rate gets up and you're sweating.
No.
Wearing wool is
no,
you
I
need to
don't
invest.
sweat.
So that's something you need to do.
What's
you
that?
haven't invested in that. You need to invest in wool. So I started investing in wool for my western hunting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't stay wet like cotton.
Yeah.
Cotton kills.
Well, I've been caught changing my shirt up there.
Oh yeah.
When I go, finally make to my spot,
I will strip,
sweating like mad. I strip
Yeah.
down. I take the shirt off, and I, get to go put the other one on. I pop my head through the hole, and there's a buck standing there. I'm like, oh, nope, all right.
Yeah,
Takes off.
prior to wearing wool down there, like I would strip completely naked.
Uh-huh.
I would get up to my stand at the base of my stand down there. I would strip completely naked, put all my clothes in a garbage bag that I wore climbing up.
Yeah.
Which was not much, and then swap into new clothes. But those cotton clothes, they keep the moisture and they stay gross and they stay wet the entire week. Then like
Oh yeah, no.
wool.
Well, I'll start buying some wool stuff now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a working man.
Yeah. You've been a working man, but now that you're not in school.
Yeah, yeah. So, but like talking about going back to camp and stuff like that, it's like my spot's rough to stay up there all day because on our backside I have, that whole clan up there hunting.
We're gonna move. I got some ideas.
Smacking does and everything else, and then I got a guy that comes up and checks his trap every now and then. And
coyote trap.
Yeah, there's a lot of
biggest deer ever killed. Biggest deer ever killed down there was killed from your spot, though.
Yeah, I sent you there.
The
I should have let mine go.
Buck tree.
Yeah.
Yep. But I have some ideas on some new spots this year. Yeah. Not new, but we're definitely doing the front face.
Mm-hmm.
I came down not shed hunt. Yeah, I mean technically I was shed hunting, like turkey season. Me and Isaac came down that front face towards the pasture and like that way.
Yeah.
Untapped resource of crazy good hunting.
Oh, absolutely.
Trails, no one's over there.
Right.
I mean, when we go down bow hunting, I'm gonna have like 1 or 2 stands on that front. We're gonna hunt the shit out of that front.
Well, and that's the thing. The guys that used to go down that core group, they would always just like, this is my spot. I'm going to hunt it till I see one and I'm going to kill it.
Well, Isaac and Matt we still kind of do have that.
We do have now more opportunities to go to different spots.
Yeah. And we can hang stands.
Right. Yeah, we have plenty
that
of
front face is getting stands.
My dad still has a new one in the basement. He's got some more in the barn that
at least 2 stands are going on that front face.
Yeah.
And then
I like to get something up that gas line all the way to the top where it's pretty thick up in there, and they're coming around that front face that we like walk up.
I have a couple cameras. So like we walk through to get to yours.
Mm-hmm.
Neighbors.
But like to the left though a little bit more. So like when we dip in and we're walking around to go to our spots, it's like up and to the left.
So above Derek's.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I think I want to move the ladder stand that's by the minerals. I want to move that up more towards where Matt's buck ran, where we found the camera, the bear ate. I want to move that stand up in there more.
Yeah.
And then
honestly, if you do that, my dad will probably hunt out of that.
We'll get it in a better tree.
Yeah.
The tree it's in is too big.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll move that stand up there more. We're definitely going to do a stand on 2 in the front. My stand's fine where it's at. Your dad's ladder stand is going to get moved a little bit because he ain't going back up there anyways.
I mean, Dad's like a go up the mountain one time kind of guy.
We'll move that stand a little bit to a better tree.
Yeah.
Down from the big rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need a stand over there. What are you looking at, Ethan?
Oh, Matt said he got, holy shit, boys, a deer with antlers.
Is it a 6 point?
It didn't load, but I think it's small.
So we're shop talking. We can change subjects. Spaniel bought a new house last year next to the property he's hunted his whole life. He ended up buying part of the property he's hunted his whole life. It's not a very big property, but it's closer to his work, and it's in his backyard, which is really nice. He put up we tried putting a food plot up a couple years ago. It failed. He put up a food plot this year. Did a lot of work. Feeder, food plot, mineral licks, cameras, and he hasn't got a single buck.
I was so excited. I was like,
He hasn't got a single buck all year, so I guess he's got antlers apparently. I haven't checked the group chat, but yeah, it's funny. He's had, speaking of Matt, his house down there, where his house is, he's had monsters. In
Oh,
the
yeah.
past. Giants.
Yep.
200-inch bucks. Giants. Gnarly non-typicals. Multiple giants. Last year, was it last year he
got it cruising through. And then
But last year wasn't when he wounded the buck.
No, it was the year before, I think.
2 years ago, he wounded probably a 160, 170
Yeah,
class buck. That sucked.
It was a beaut.
All that footage has never been released because he's still working on a story. Hopefully, this is the year that he gets
it's on
it done.
film.
Yeah, oh yeah, the shot, the recovery, everything's on film. Just we never got a buck.
Just no deer.
I guess I've never seen it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you've never seen it. Yeah, the shot's perfect, perfect on video. Ah, it sucks.
you
for
were
that.
away.
Yeah, you were.
I was in a foreign country.
Yeah, you were probably in Japan then.
Yeah, I think it was.
2020.
Yeah, 2021. Japan.
Yep, Japan.
Japan.
Yep. Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about West Virginia a lot.
I know. I could go on days.
It
for
happens.
West
I know.
Virginia, though.
Let's talk about Southern Ohio. All right.
All right,
Let's
let's
talk
talk
about
about
Southern Ohio on the river. We need to do some tweaking of the stand and the food plot probably, right? Or is it fine? Is the tree fine
What do you mean is the tree fine?
or double in your food plot?
Yeah, I think it's in a fine spot. I'd honestly like to get my grandpa's radix out of the woods and maybe
Oh,
put that in
man,
that
that
corner,
is going to be
which
a
will,
mess.
Yeah, I know. And
We
I
can
understand.
do it. We just got to do it not during hunting season for one.
Well, right. It's not going to
we
be
gotta
this year.
we got to disassemble it.
No. I say we just bring it down, we put it on like a sled or something.
Can't.
And why? And we drag it.
Because it's the foot pattern is like 15
No,
feet.
I get that, but it is probably 20 feet from the path, and that path is pretty wide coming back out of there. If we got to knock down some trees, we'll knock down some trees.
We could use your dad's trailer, his side-by-side trailer,
Yeah.
and do it.
That's what I'm saying.
If we can get it to the trailer, we could take it down the path, down, up, around.
Right. We just have to get it out of that little chunk of woods where it's literally 20 feet from the path right there. And I feel like we could get
Weighs
it out
450 pounds.
I get that. I mean, I'm half that. Like, we can take care of it.
We're all half that.
It's not quite. It's actually, I think they're 400 pounds.
Yeah. I would really
Yeah, it
hate
needs to not be there where it's at.
No. I mean, I saw deer out of it. It's
Of course.
just not.
But it's not. They don't do
yeah.
good in the woods.
No, they don't.
You need to be able to see far.
I
from
would
them.
love
Sit all day.
to. See, I'm kind of torn because, like, the stand that we hunt out
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
I see a lot of deer. I had an encounter with
Two.
Well,
You shot at him.
Yeah, I shot at the 5x4,
5x3.
5x3.
You shot at him from that stand in 2021.
Yeah.
We watched him in 2022, even bigger at 100 yards from that stand. We don't. I'm assuming he's alive, but our trail camera game down there is weak right now. We'll check cameras and we might find out. soon.
Very weak down there right now. But like it's a good spot because they kind of come out of that bottom. They come across the field. They come across
It would
my
be a
face.
perfect spot.
So I'd
Where
like
else
to-
would you put it?
Well, supposedly there's a lot of just deer tracks in that food plot right now too, but I don't ever
Food
see
plot.
them. Yeah, behind me.
Our food plot?
Yeah, in the corner.
Yeah. So why would
Like,
you not
it's,
put
like,
Why would you
tore
not
up.
put the radix there?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Put the radix like in the corner, more like farther back. But then that takes me away from where I usually see the deer. But that was with crops. See, the problem is now we don't have crops.
Yeah, the farmer
So
died.
we used
Farmer
to, yeah,
died.
we used to have crops. We had beans and everything like that. We had deer that would come out,
Farmer died.
and now we have weeds that are
Oh, I can't even imagine.
above our heads.
But it's going to be, I'm telling you, during the rut, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Just to be able to rattle that area. I'll show some, we have drone video.
And
we can
I have
show.
not been down there. So the last time I went down there was with Spaniel, and at that time the weeds were probably at our waist. Well, the last time my dad and Steve went down,
They'll fall
they
down.
are
though. As
over
soon as
his
they
head.
start dying, the wind comes,
Well,
they'll mat.
and I get that. I'm
And
just
we'll be
saying,
able to see through them.
I don't know how much, because I'm right there on the edge. I don't know how much area I have.
We'll be fine. I want to get a
So.
tree koi down there.
Yeah.
I'm not able to go this weekend.
No.
I don't even have a vehicle right now.
Yeah, what are you doing this weekend?
Well, I'm going to Indiana to set up trail cameras and stands and get our deer camp, our public land Indiana deer camp, get that kind of set up. I bought a 4-pack of muddies. I got a bunch of cell cams to take. I might have to. I don't even know. I'm going to have to probably drive Isaac side by side to the farm or back to my house tonight.
I can drive you back to the house.
I understand that. I need to be able to get from the farm to here.
Oh, yeah, I got nothing for you in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might have to take the side.
We're going to work.
I might have to take the
walking.
side by side at my house tonight.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking, I got a lot of thinking to do. My truck died tonight. The starter went out of my truck. No big deal, but I don't have a truck, and I'm supposed to be leaving for Indiana tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully, I can get the mechanic to fix it tomorrow. That'd be perfect. But regardless, we're going to Indiana. I can take my wife's coming with me, so we can take my wife's car if we need to. Take the dog. We're going up there. Stands, cameras, cell cams. Just scout a little bit. Spend all day Saturday getting Indiana as ready as we can for when we go back in late October, and then, yeah, I mean that's Indiana. I mean I'm gonna get as much as I can do Saturday done. At least 3 or 4 cell cams and the 4 muddies, probably. I might save 2 muddies to take the
And some
Pennsylvania.
bog. We got a bog here you can take.
I don't know if it's working very good. I don't know if it's worth taking. But I'll take at least 2 of the muddies and 3 cell cams. So we'll have 5 cameras up there. I
Where
might
were
save
those?
2 muddies for Pennsylvania.
Where were those muddies that you bought?
I got them at TSC today, or Rural King today. They were
Okay.
$119 for a 4-pack.
Yeah.
Not bad
Yeah,
for
I
just
want that.
cameras for using for whatever.
I
Not
need
bad.
I need a new fire ring for the campground anyway, so they have some nice ones up there.
Maybe
Rural
you should
King.
go up there and then see what's going on.
Yeah, I
film
think
it,
that's
you know?
probably the plan. So
I
maybe
mean, I
buy
put
a-
some junk cameras in Pennsylvania. They worked just fine.
Those
we have junk cameras everywhere.
one
They
of those
work
junk
great.
cameras you took to Pennsylvania, I think, might be his dad's.
The black one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It
Does
might
that
have been the
thing
one
work?
that took no pictures, but
Yeah, that's
maybe.
probably the one, because that's why we stopped using it.
We
inside.
have like 18 cameras down in West Virginia that are junk.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about junk. These are 10-plus-year-old like wild games that are broken, but like I just make them work good enough to take 20 pictures.
Well, in my USA camera that takes pictures of pink deer.
I think I got rid of that. No, that one's done.
Oh, is it?
That
is it
one's
cached?
done.
on
The
the
Yeah.
shelf,
USA
retired.
is retired
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah. That was my first camera down there.
Yeah, and it
Was
didn't work at
the
first.
USA.
Remember, it didn't work, and then it started working great,
Mhm.
and then it turned pink.
Yeah.
So what happens when it turns pink is that infrared filter for nighttime drops down and doesn't move back up.
Right.
So the infrared filter's on during the day.
Yeah.
Turns the pictures.
So we
pictures
were
pink.
just getting pink pictures.
I need to get a
for
better
years.
camera on that spot though.
Yeah.
I should probably buy.
Well, I'll buy a 4-pack of muddy and we'll throw one up there.
Yeah, if you buy a 4-pack of muddy for West Virginia and Washington, that'd be sweet.
Do 2 and 2.
Yeah. West Virginia. I hope the Mountain Monster's alive.
I mean,
We don't have any proof that he survived gun season.
Right.
And Matt shot at him, didn't hit him that we know of. We have 3 years of trail camera pictures of him. He's 150 class 10 point. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful buck.
yeah, I have a picture of him
Yeah.
on my phone.
I don't know if we did not get any confirmation. When we went down there at turkey season, and I found that sweet set of sheds with that buck. That's to take his place anyways.
Yeah, he'll be nice.
But I don't know if we did not get any proof that he survived gun season, so we don't know if the Mountain Monster lived. But there's this Mountain Monster, this giant buck that's been down in West Virginia the last 3 years. There was another one before him. So there was like the short time wide 10 point. For 2 years, we had 2 or 3 years I had him on camera. He just didn't have very tall times. We had good mass and good frame. And then he was on camera for like 2 or 3 years as the biggest deer down there by far. And then the Mountain Monster showed up and just took over. And then there's this buck that I found the sheds from. He's been there for a couple years waiting in the wings. If Mountain Monster's dead, that buck's going to be the biggest by far. I found those sheds 50 yards from Isaac's stand.
Yep.
Just
much
laying together.
on top of
a
each
match
other.
set
Yeah.
together. Like,
Yeah.
that never happens.
Right. And it never happens that we find sheds down there.
I found 3 this year.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It was a
Like,
good year for sheds.
Usually, I mean, trying to.
Well, we usually don't dedicate too much time to actually
right. And that's
shed
the thing.
hunting.
And then we don't get back down there for
Yeah.
who knows how long.
And they're
so-
already all chewed up.
Right,
So I
yeah,
found
I
3
mean,
sheds down there.
the squirrels
and they were
are
all chewed
all
up.
over it.
And it was early April. It was opening weekend of turkey season. They were all chewed up. So.
Yeah. So by the time we ever get back down there, they're
Yeah.
usually pretty rough.
But yeah, so there's going to be some giants down there in West Virginia. But let's talk about Southern Ohio. The 5x3, assuming he's alive. He was alive late.
Well, we had pictures of them late. So.
Is there a camera on the scrape tree, the pines, right now?
the scrape?
Did I move a camera? We moved the camera away.
we
Did we
moved
put
it
a
away
camera
from
back to the pines?
No, I don't think so.
I got to look at my map and see where all the cameras are because I think we need to get a camera
I
back
think
on
we
that.
took that one off and put it over by the mineral lick. We put a camera on the mineral lick, but it's not my cell cam.
Okay, so take that camera from the mineral lick, if it's the Browning, and move it back to the scrape tree.
Okay.
I'll give you a can of scrape generator.
All right.
The 5x3.
Mm-hmm.
Draft day.
Well,
Draft day's alive. He's actually.
we don't know if he's alive. We didn't see
I mean,
him.
I would assume he's alive.
I would assume he was too.
If
but-
draft day is alive,
Yeah.
he's number one.
We had
To be honest with
pictures of Dagger too, didn't we?
Dagger.
We know
is
Dagger's
alive.
alive.
I know Dagger's alive.
Yeah, we know he's alive.
Dagger's one of the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the 8-point that showed back. There's the 8-point that showed up around gun season, and then stayed for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mega 8.
Yeah, big 8.
Mega 8-point. Those $4 are the cream of the crop. There's the younger. I don't want to call him younger because he's not young, but there's the smaller 10-point, like the wide 10. He kind of looks like the 5x3, but not really. He's a 10-point. If he's alive, he's gonna be a shooter.
Yeah.
He was a borderline shooter, honestly, last year, but he was all over the place. If he's alive, he's gonna be a shooter. And then there's there's like the mini 5x3.
Yeah,
there's
mini
a buck
one.
that looks like 5x3, but he's smaller and has a messed up leg.
Well, and we have a picture of him though on this last one.
Do we?
I'm pretty sure.
That
'cause
I don't remember,
He goes
but-
out like wide like that.
Possibly. Right, yeah,
It
yeah.
could be him, or it
But
could
that,
be just another
he
offspring.
looked almost exactly like the 5x3, but it
Yeah.
was like 20 inches smaller.
Mhm.
If he's alive, that's 5 shooters
Yeah.
or 6 shooters. That's 6 shooter bucks.
And we have a lot of like up and comers.
Yeah,
Like
but
there's
you have 6
definitely-
deer that are there.
Yep. Yeah,
Dagger was killable a lot last year.
he was.
So was the 5x3.
Hmm.
So was draft day.
That's. I mean.
Draft day has the potential to be 170-inch typical.
Yeah.
Maybe even bigger.
Yeah. I plan
Maybe
on,
180.
I plan on
He's a
spending
fucking
lot
monster.
of time out there.
He's a fucking monster.
As you
I-
should.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
He's a fucking monster.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He was a monster last year.
He's a monster. You know.
That
And
buck, that buck you guys are hunting up here,
Mhm.
that's a nice buck too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the property behind my dad's house.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, they don't know where my dad lives.
They can on X.
Okay. Either way.
Good buck.
Yeah, yeah, good buck. My dad lives in
Kentucky.
Lodi. But yeah, that's a good buck. He showed up just like this last month. So
Maybe a little bit longer than that, but
maybe, but
good buck.
yeah, out of nowhere it just popped up. And we always knew there was big bucks back there. We've never had
Your
a
dad
camera
killed
back there.
your dad killed a 13.
Yeah, he killed a 13.
We haven't
point
measured
back
yet.
there.
We need to measure it.
We
100,
do.
150, 160 inch 13 point.
Yeah. Well, when he comes on, we'll bring that.
Yeah, we'll put it right here.
And we definitely need to score
right
that deer. He's a big boy, but we've always known there's big deer back there. I've been hunting that property since I was little. My grandma owned it beforehand. She had 48 acres, all that, you know. So, but yeah, I'm excited about that one. I mean, I'd like to get back there, and we could do a double as well. You can film above me, and you know.
I usually when we double Chris up, we don't have I don't know if we have any doubles actually set. But I usually just carry a lone wolf in on my back and climb up his tree stand and just pop it on the backside.
Yep.
Start filming. It's worked out pretty good, but we're at almost an hour, so we can start wrapping this thing up.
It goes quick.
Yeah, it goes.
Goes
I
fast.
told you. It
I got
goes
so much to say now.
Yeah, but save it for Friday.
You got some
Save it
beers
for-
in you. And
All
you're
right.
good to go.
Save it for next Friday. Save it for the post show.
All right.
We'll do the post show, but yeah, next Friday, deer season, Ohio, party, shop, Escanaba in the Moonlight,
Whiskey.
Deer Camp Chronicles trailer. I might stay off the whiskey if
One whiskey.
me and Nick are gonna hunt the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
If me and Nick hunt the morning, I might stay off the whiskey.
Speaking of Escanaba in the Moonlight,
Yeah.
remember when we watched it in West Virginia?
Yeah.
I think my grandpa was the only one, besides like us,
Yeah.
that like watched it all the way to the end. And,
We
was like, "Oh, that wasn't a bad movie." Everybody else is like, "That is the dumbest movie I ever saw. I don't even understand what's going on."
halfway through the
And
movie,
he's like
it
the
starts
only one that like was just
because
engaged.
he's the grandpa
whole,
in that movie.
Yeah, like he is engaged the whole time.
He's
you
the
know?
grandpa in that movie.
Yeah. So it was funny.
Such a good movie.
It is such a good movie. We're gonna watch it that Friday in here. Lights off, everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna get a blanket. We're gonna cuddle.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I didn't get to talk much about what I did, and that's fine. We'll talk about that Friday
You've been working.
and setting some stuff up, but it's gonna
We'll
be a
get
good
there.
time. All right, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, there'll be
Oh.
hundreds more.
Oh, absolutely.
Deer Shot Podcast out. All right, keep your heads on. We're gonna film some B-roll. Yeah, it goes pretty quick.
Yeah, it does.
It goes real easy.
Once you get going, it's like,
Yeah, just can't stop. I just sat it.
just want to talk. Yeah, sorry. I mean, once you get into like West Virginia, it's
Yeah,
like,
can't do
nah,
anything. Something.
what's he supposed to say? You know.